Okay, my name is Jessica Craig. Again, thank you guys so much for hopping on. If you're able to turn your camera on, I would absolutely love to see your faces. If not, that's totally okay too. You can be a fly on the wall and just listen in. I'm from a really small town in Alabama and have been drinking and sharing ketones for a little over 4.5 years now. So getting closer to 5, which is so super crazy. I can't even believe it. So I'm going to share with you guys just a little bit tonight. I've got one of my very best besties who is looking like a supermodel over here. Ashley White, if you can see her, she looks so gorgeous. I look like a blech. But anyway, we're all we're all friends here, so no big deal. But I'm going to share with you a little bit, and I'm going to pass it over to her and let her tell y'all a little bit about her story. So let me check in the chat and see who all we've got on here. We've got promoter, drinking ketones. Do we have anybody on here who is a guest, someone that is not a promoter? I just want to check and see, so I'll know who I'm talking to. Okay, so lots of promoters. Okay, so if all else fails and you guys are all okay, Karen says she sees some guests. I was going to say, if all else fails and all you guys are promoters, this will still be a great resource for you to send out to your potentials in the future. So I'm going to share with y'all just a little bit of my story. 4.5 years ago, one of my besties introduced this to me. Here's the kicker. She had been drinking it for a few weeks before she shared it with me. So before, my first reaction was, are you freaking kidding me? Super rude. Why would you not tell me about this amazing stuff right away when you first found out? I could have been drinking it with you for these past few weeks and getting the same results that you are. So hear me now. For all of you guys who are drinking ketones, be sure that you share this with at least your close family and friends. If you're not going to shout it from the rooftops like some of us do, that's okay. But you want to at least make sure that you're sharing this with your close family and friends so that they don't want to kill you. So I didn't know anything about ketones or ketosis, really didn't even know anything about the keto diet, but I got to watch the little campfire video. So hopefully all of you guys have seen the video. It's a few minutes. It explains really, really simply what this is, how it works. If you haven't seen it, be sure you get with whoever invited you to the call and say, hey, shoot me over that little video, because it's definitely a must-see. So I watched the video, realized what this was, how it was going to work, and what it was going to do for me. And hands down, I had to have it. So I have struggled with my weight my whole entire life, especially my adult life. As soon as I graduated high school, I started packing on the pounds, found myself at 200 pounds, was at my highest weight that I saw on the scale. Freaked me out. I called 911 immediately. Please help. But I have been a habitual crash dieter, yo-yo dieter, try every single thing in the whole entire world to lose weight. Everything from all the pills, patches, wraps, cabbage soup, like the dumbest stuff in the world I've done to lose weight. And a lot of things would work for me and a lot of things didn't. But at the end of the day, I usually ended up gaining my weight back plus more after I quit doing whatever the heck I was trying at the time. So of course I was willing to give this a try, right? Because that's just who I am. I'll try anything. And the cool thing about this is, like I said, like I shared with you guys, it has been a little over 4.5 years now, and I still drink this every single day. So to kind of wrap all this up, tied up in a nice little bow, what this has done for me is absolutely changed my relationship with food. So I was basically addicted to food, and I thought about it constantly. What time is it? Is it time to eat? What are we going to eat? What's in the cabinet? What's for dessert? I mean, it was just like ruling my life. It was crazy. Since I started drinking ketones, I have been able to kind of put all of that on the back burner. Obviously, I'm still someone who enjoys good food. I'm married to an incredible cook, love to go out to eat and have fun and go to Mexican and do all that great stuff. So that hasn't necessarily changed for me, but at the same time, I'm not starving to death all the time, and I'm not addicted to food like I used to be. So the cool thing about drinking these ketones is, obviously, it puts you into ketosis within an hour after you drink it. So it's in a packet. All you do is shake it up, mix it in water, drink it down, and then within an hour, usually about 40 minutes, you're in full-blown ketosis. Now, if you don't really know a lot about ketosis, I'll kind of give you just a short little version of what that means and what this does for you. So you're going to experience stabilized blood sugar, which is my favorite benefit, because I used to have low blood sugar, and that played a huge part into why I was hungry and addicted to food, is because if I didn't have it, I felt really bad. I had a headache, I felt nauseous, shaky, and so I constantly had to eat to just keep myself from feeling bad. Okay, and so with this, I drink it first thing in the morning, and I can fast for hours and hours and hours. So used to, I would have to eat pretty much as soon as I woke up, and now I can go anywhere from between like 12 and 2 in the afternoon before I even feel the slightest bit hungry. And so that's definitely my favorite benefit. A few other things I experience is I sleep better. I have more energy. I work out consistently now, which is crazy because I never really did that before. And I'm not such a super crazy psychopath. I have 2 little kiddos, and I don't yell at them and snap and fly off the handle near as much as I used to. So I'm not saying I'm perfect. Like, I still yell at my kids, y'all, but I don't have near as many crazy mama moments. And I 100% hands down believe that it's because of the way that these ketones make me feel. So Ashley said I'm perfect. So that's my story. I've lost over 50 pounds now. I didn't even mention that, but this has really absolutely completely changed every aspect of my life. I'm clearly obsessed. So I'm going to pass it over to Ashley. She's going to tell y'all her experience, and then we're going to get into the nitty gritty of how to get the best results and how to drink this stuff for free. So Ash, I'm passing it over to you, babe.
Hey y'all, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I know it's a little bit crazy time and if you're with your kids and stuff, so we really appreciate you hopping on with us tonight. I'll share a little bit of my story, but it's kind of similar to Jessica's. The benefits are a little bit different, but we found it on the same day. I'm in Kentucky. Our friend reached out to us from Oregon, same as Jess. She hid it from us, so I immediately wanted to mail her a bomb and kill her, but I forgave her quickly because I drank my first packet and fell in love. So I was one of those freaks, and you heard Jessica's story. She wasn't that person, but I was. Day one, first packet, I felt the benefits. I'm talking the energy. Just immediately lit me up. Not crazy, not jacked up like I was on an energy supplement, but I just felt really alert. I felt the appetite control. I went almost all day into supper time, and I realized I hadn't eaten. So I thought, oh my gosh, is this a fluke or is this appetite control this legit? I have been the person that always struggled with my sleep. I took a sleep aid, couldn't fall asleep. If I did fall asleep, I'd wake up at the drop of a hat in the middle of the night and could never go back to sleep. I was up for hours. So then the next day, I'm not rested. I'm tired. I have a headache. I'm cranky. If you can relate to that, please raise your hand and let me know I'm not alone in that feeling. So that night, y'all, day one, that night, I slept like a rock. So I thought, this is so weird. No way does this really work like this. I'm just reading too much into it. Day two, same thing. And so almost 5 years later, I still have the best sleep of my life. I mean, drool on the pillow sleep. Like Billy left this morning to go play golf at 7 o'clock. I did not hear him get up, change clothes, take a shower, kiss me on the forehead, leave, close my bedroom door. I'm like, I could have been mass murdered and I wouldn't even known, thankfully. But seriously, the sleep has been the biggest benefit for me. The appetite control is awesome, don't get me wrong, because who wants to constantly be thinking about food, snacking all the time, finishing your kid's plate? We have fair this week. We're in Kentucky, so fairs are a big thing. And if I take 1 or 2 bites of funnel cake, honestly, it will fill me up. I won't want to eat the whole thing because my stomach, honestly, just doesn't crave the food that it did before because of appetite control. The mood is awesome. The energy is still awesome. Like Jessica said, I'm also someone that works out 5 days a week. I can't believe it. I don't know who I am anymore. What is this person? And the fat loss. So while the scale hasn't really changed for me, but maybe a couple of pounds, my body composition is totally different because the fat loss that this product will supply you with is so much better than weight loss, y'all. If you've ever done a diet before or something in the past where you've lost weight, you've been checking the scale like a maniac, and I've been there before, so tell me I'm not alone. But the fat loss that I have this time is so much different. I'm curvier. I just feel more confident. I just feel like, thank the Lord, I found something that works for me. So like Jessica, I couldn't help it. When I fell in love with this product, I had to share it with my favorite people. And of course, Facebook, because let's be real. If you want to find out the top news in your life, you get on Facebook first, right? You ask all your deepest, serious questions, everything that you want to know in life, you get on Facebook and you ask the whole world. So I went to Facebook and I made a really, really generic post. And it was just like, y'all are going to die when you see what I found. I've never felt this good. So what do you think people said in the comments? Because I didn't tell them anything. What is it? What are you doing? Tell me what it is. How do I get a hold of this? Why are you holding out for me? Do you hate me? Tell me all your secrets, all that stuff. So I didn't know. I didn't know what the heck to tell these people. I drank this for 2 days. I'm literally just a customer. What do I do? Well, Jess told you guys about the experience Keto Link, the video, the 3-minute campfire video that explains how ketones work in your body. It's like, praise the Lord, somebody developed this so I don't have to have an answer or a background in medicine or science, because I literally worked at a bank before. There was like no special skills I had to have other than being able to talk to people. Okay. So when all these people wanted more information, I literally just messaged him and I'm like, hey, Karen, can you watch this 3-minute video and let me know what you think? I've been drinking this for a couple of days and I feel awesome. I don't really know much else other than that. And she checks it out and she's like, oh my gosh, how do I get a hold of this? I could really use some extra energy. I've got, 3 kids and they have me up all night long. We're in all kinds of activities. I'm working a full-time job. They're in school. I'm going nuts. How do I get a hold of this? So that's kind of how I ended up here today with you guys. What started for me as just wanting to feel better kind of turned into a way for me to get my personal ketones free every single month. And then I was also able to make some extra income. So tonight we're going to share with you your options of getting started. So you're a brand new customer. You've never tried ketones before, or maybe you've been drinking them for a couple months, but you want to know what's next. We're going to explain to you what's your best option to get started. How do you continue the progress? How do you combine ketones with your regular life? And would you like to drink them for free? Okay, so now next question, and you have to raise your hand or type in the chat. Who loves getting stuff for free? Who hates getting free stuff? Okay, good group. I love you guys. I'm obsessed with all of you. Okay, now, who's drinking their ketones for free now? Who would like to? Okay, awesome. I'm going to break it down to you really quickly how you can get yours free, and then we'll talk about the different options, okay? This is how simple it is. I made my post on Facebook. I had several people comment and want more information. So I already did the first thing I needed to do. I ordered my ketones. I had them in, and I was smart enough, because someone else told me the same thing I'm going to tell you. I set up my Smart Ship. Smart Ship means that once a month, and I can control the dates, I can control the product, I can control my payment, I can even skip it if I want to. Once a month, Prove It is going to send me whatever I choose on my Smart Ship. Automatically, off the top, I'm going to get 22% off of that. So I'm already not going to pay full price ever again after my first order. 22% off, ready to go. Thank the Lord. I don't like paying full price for anything. Sign me up for a sale. So I did that. Then I had people interested in trying ketones too. So reached out to Karen. She was interested. Reached out to Amy. She was interested. So I was like, hey girls, this is how you grab yours. They watched that campfire video. Like, you want to get started too, and you're wanting to get what I have? Okay, grab the same flavor. Because I talked them into it. They're my besties. My besties don't give a rip. My besties are going to do what I'm going to do, right? Karen wants to get a box of Heart Tart. Amy wants to get a box of Heart Tart. And I'm like, hey, make sure y'all sign up for Smart Ship. You can change it anytime, but you're going to get 22% off next month. And you make sure you want to do that because you don't want to miss out on those savings. Also, what is this, July? So I'm getting my Smart Ship in July, get it in August, get it in September. I'm getting 22% off, okay? In October, Prove It sends me 22% off of this box, plus I'm getting an extra free box of something. It might be a reboot kit. It might be a box of blueberry. It might be a box of strawberry peach. They're sending me an extra free box of something every 4 months, as long as I've got my Smart Ship in place. Now, here's where it gets really, really cool, because Amy and Karen both grabbed a box on Smart Ship too, okay? When theirs ships, so this is July, they order theirs in July. In August, when they get their next order, Prove It's going to send me a thank you in a coupon form to pay for my own order. so that I can then log into my account and it basically says, thank you, Ashley, for referring Karen and Amy. We're going to pay for your next box of Heart Tart. It's really that simple. And so I was like, what is going on? I've been referring people since literally 1872, and no one's ever sent me free product from anywhere. Okay. So when Prove It did that for me, I was super fired up and excited. Now, what happens if Amy and Karen are both interested? They grab their boxes. I'm getting mine free. They're getting 22% off. And then I've got 2 or 3 other people that also are interested in grabbing something too. What happens next? Does anybody know? I can earn some extra money. So here's my next question. Remember, I'm asking you guys a bunch of questions tonight. Who on this Zoom has the maximum amount of free product and money they could ever have in their entire life? What? None of you? Okay, same, y'all, same. Okay. So here's what happens next. We have some really cool options, and we're still going to talk about all my goodies that I have over here getting started. But we have something that we really want to talk to you guys about today, because I think is it in tonight, Jess, or tomorrow? The heat wave? Tomorrow. Okay. So we have a really cool bundle that, say, for example, you made that post on Facebook, or you reached out to a handful of friends, or you called some of your friends, or you just know flipping everybody, and everywhere you go, you're like a walking billboard for everything that you love. I know some people like that. Okay. So that's awesome if you're that person. So you've got 4 or 5 people that are interested. So you've got your Amy, you've got your Karen, then you've got Tom, and you've got Vicky, and you've got Donna, and they all want to order too. So this is what you do. You just swap to what we call a promoter, which is what Jess and I do now. It's what Karen does. It's what several other people in here do also. It just means we're sharing ketones every day with people, and Prove It rewards us just by sharing it, just like this. So on top of getting our product for free, because Tom and Vicky and Maureen and Donna also want to order ketones too, they're going to send me some extra cash. So the cash depends on you. You know, what could you use that extra cash for? Could you talk to 3 or 4 extra people a month, get your ketones free, and maybe earn an extra $100 a month? You could do that, you know? Could you talk to 10 or 20 people and maybe earn an extra $200 to $500 extra a month? I don't know. You could do that. You know, do you know a ton of people? Maybe you can talk to 30 extra, and then they've got some people that they know too, and you could earn an extra $2,000 to $3,000 a month, or even more than that. That's totally up to you. What I needed when I first started was free product, number 1, because I didn't want to pay for mine. And then number 2, I really needed some extra income. At that time of my life, I was really honestly struggling. I was taking care of my mom financially, and I won't get into that super long, but I was taking care of her financially, and I just really needed the extra money. I needed the income to help pay her bills, to pay mine. And so when Prove It kind of fell into my lap, it came at the perfect time. So for what it turned into for me was a lot of extra income to pay her bills, to pay mine, to pay off some debt that we'd acquired over the years, to get myself a new vehicle when I needed one, just to do extra things that maybe I didn't think about doing. And for lots of other people that we work with every single day, that Jess and I work with, it's been grocery money for families. It's been a single mom that was really, really struggling, and she was able to take her daughter to cheer camp when she couldn't have afforded it 2 months ago. It was paying off a credit card debt that was just really on someone's shoulders, weighing them heavily at night. It was being able to set up auto draft for their bills so they didn't have to worry about paying their bills, you know? So this has turned into a really huge blessing for not only me, but a lot of other people that we work with every single day. And it's just been because we share ketones. So I kind of took that, Jessica, and ran down the highway with it. But do you want to share some options to get started before I just continue telling my whole life story to everybody?
No, you did awesome, Ashley. So, okay, so here's the deal. I want to tell y'all about how you can get started as a customer. So number 1, if you're not already drinking ketones, there's tons of different ways, and we want you to get in where you fit in. What we mean by that is whatever works for you and your budget. I'm just going to tell you some of our favorite ways to get started. So number 1, whoever referred you to this call, whoever sent you the link, if you're watching the recording, most likely has trial packs. So you can get started with a 5 or a 10 pack that comes from their stock. So that's number 1. That's an option. Ashley's holding up some of our beautiful flavors. And guys, if you haven't tried this yet, trust me, it is freaking delicious. When we got started almost 5 years ago, we had like 2 flavors, and honestly, they were not even good. But we knew the benefits, and we wanted to feel great and lose some pounds, and so we choked that stuff down and still shared it. And we have really come such a long way with our flavors and our formula, and everything is just incredible. So you're really coming into this at the right time, because these will absolutely blow your mind. No nasty aftertaste. It's basically just like shakes up like water. It's not gritty. It's not thick. It's just straight up flavored water that is delicious. You can do the trial pack. My next option is we have something really cool. It's called our Drink Ketones Challenge. It comes with 20 packets. You get a variety of flavors. You get 10 caffeine and 10 caffeine free. So it's really up to you. We have a lot of people, and this is what we encourage you to do if you want the best results. Drink 2 a day. So you would do the caffeine in the morning and then the caffeine free at night. Intermittent fast, which if you haven't heard of that, that's basically just a fancy word for skipping breakfast. So you drink your ketones in the morning, skip breakfast, and then you're going to have a low carb lunch. You're going to have your second serving of ketones in the afternoon, and then you're going to have a low carb dinner. If you're starving to death somewhere in between, feel free to have a low carb snack. This is not a diet. It does come with some meal ideas for you. We have a really great resource, which is a Facebook group where people post tons and tons of great recipe ideas for you. So we will definitely help you if that's something that you're interested in. But the cool thing about this, guys, is it's a drink, not a diet. So this is not, we're not going to ask you to follow a strict ketogenic diet. We love low carb, and we believe that if you want maximum results, that's the way to go. But either way, whatever you're eating, if you're drinking this, you're going to be in ketosis, and you're going to get to experience some really awesome benefits. So the cool thing about this little kit here is that for all new customers, it's discounted. So you're going to get your 20 packs for $99. So it's really an awesome way to get started. Best bang for your buck. 99 bucks. The second thing I want to share is if you do get this kit, it's going to pop up and it's going to say, would you like to add our keto reboot? So this is another kit. It's a 60-hour, oh yeah, Karen's topping in that Canada money. I forget. I'm sorry. I love y'all. So 137 for Canadians. And so it's going to ask you if you want to add our keto reboot kit. This is a 60-hour assisted fast. You could break it down and do a couple 24-hour fast, push it as long as you want to, do 30, 40, whatever you feel like doing. 60 is what we recommend for max benefits. But if you combine these two things together, like, this will freaking blow your mind. If you're someone on this call, if you're someone listening to this who is like, I've got an event coming up, or I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, I'm ready to do the dang thing, and I want something that's going to work for me super fast, I highly recommend bundling these two kits. It's an incredible jump start to your journey. You won't regret it. So there you go. And you also get a discount when you bundle. So we've got that. And then, guys, just like Ashley said, if you're like, girl, I tried a sip of that heart tart and it was so stinking good, you can just get a box of whatever flavor. We've got a million: strawberry peach, blueberry acai, raspberry lemonade. We've got so many great flavors for you to choose from. So if you just want a full box of one flavor, you can grab that. And then she kind of mentioned this really cool deal that we've got going on. If you listen to this recording after Thursday, July 22nd at midnight, this part doesn't count. But if you're listening to this before then, we have a heat wave pack. Guys, can you see? These 3 boxes, so good, are some of our top flavors. When you get all 3 of these together, you're going to save 30%. 30% off. So it's a no-brainer for me. If you're excited, if you're ready to do the dang thing, please take advantage of this heat wave pack. You've got until tomorrow night at midnight, 30% off. We very, very rarely see a sale above 22%. So
you're literally almost getting a box free with that.
Yeah.
Literally almost a box free.
It's crazy. So Karen's given the savings in the chat for the Canadians. But yeah, it's just a really incredible deal. So if you're interested, grab that, get with whoever invited you to the call. And then again, this is not a call to try to get you to join our team or become a promoter. Like, we're not pushing you to do any of those things. But if anything that Ashley spoke about, or anything that, we chatted about tonight kind of resonates with you, and you're thinking, you know what, I really would like to make some more money, or crap, I've been looking for something that I could do from home. Get back with whoever invited you. We've got some really great options on how you can get started as a promoter. We've got some promoter packs. We're not going to dive too deep into all of that, but I will just share with you guys, whenever this came about, when this was shared with me, I was in a very desperate need for money. I had a 6-year-old little girl. She's now almost 11, and a newborn baby boy. And I used to be a dental hygienist, and I did not want to put my newborn back into daycare and go back to work. And so I had been looking and praying for some way to bring income to my family from home. And then when Mandy found this and said, you know what, this stuff's awesome, I'm drinking it, but I'm going to do this as a business. I need to make some money. Would you want to do this with me? It was just automatic. Like, I knew that this was sent into my life for a reason. And I'm so very thankful that I decided to give it a try, even though I was clueless, didn't know anything about anything. I just knew that, that this looked like something that would be really awesome. So I took a leap of faith and did this. And now here we are almost 5 years later. It's been my full-time job ever since. Never had to leave home. I've always been able to be with my kids and pick them up, and even got to bring my husband home from work. So I know you guys may have heard stories about this, network marketing thing, and people making a bunch of money and being able to do all these cool things. And maybe you've had the thought like, gosh, that would be really cool. Or maybe you've also had the thought like, I could never do that. She's just lucky, or she's just really good, or she must know a million people. But I'm here to tell you that if I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm 35 years old, live in the smallest town in the world in Alabama, and I don't even have a college degree. Like, I'm literally just a regular person who's been able to completely flip everything upside down and change our financial situation. So again, not trying to talk y'all into anything. If you're not interested, we love you anyway, and we just want you to drink ketones with us and feel better. But if that is something that you're interested in, please know that we would love to share more info with you and just chat a little bit more about it. Before we hop off, does anybody have any questions? Feel free to unmute or type it in the chat. Ashley, anything that you feel like we missed?
I will just add that if anything tonight spoke to you, if you have questions and you just want to hear more about it, reach out to whoever invited you, and we can all get connected back, and we can just share ideas on how to get your product for free, who you should reach out to, what kind of messages you could send. If maybe this sounds like something you'd be interested in just trying out, we'll explain to you how to get started, what we do and what it takes. Like, you'll never be alone. You have a whole community of really awesome people that want to see you succeed, whether that's free product, having an awesome testimony with ketones, or maybe making some extra money. But whatever you're thinking, just get back with the person that invited you and make sure they know what you are thinking so we can help.
Okay, guys, thanks again for hopping on. We're going to wrap this up. And again, this is recorded, so feel free to send it out to everybody in the world that you want to. Love y'all. Bye, guys.